Like and subscribe on the way in the door, people. Today, I want to talk about the beef between Tupac and Biggie and what I believe was ultimately behind it. I'm sure if you guys are Tupac or Biggie fans, you've probably seen tons of videos of people speaking about this beef. I'm sure you've probably seen the Funk Master Flex rant. He lied. That BS. And, just ultimately people either speculating on what the beef was really about, or either that or, trying to diminish Pac's character about the beef, saying he knew that Biggie didn't set him up. From the multiple interviews I've watched from Tupac himself and from people who knew Tupac, this is my opinion about what I think would ultimately cause Tupac to despise Biggie, so to speak. And I will say this: I think had they both lived, they would have became friends again at some point. But this is what I think it ultimately was about. I think it was about feeling betrayed and disloyalty. If you look at interviews where Tupac talks about the relationship that him and Biggie had, and him helping Biggie out in the early days, letting them open up for him and letting them come up doing the show and rock the mic. And it really seems that Tupac was just really looking out for Biggie in a lot of ways. Well, he gets shot. Yes, he gets shot at the Quad Studios thing. But what else happened during that? So he gets shot, everyone has to think about it. If that happened to you, it's a high possibility that you may overreact. But, not saying it's right, but it's understandable. But what else happens? So Tupac goes to jail after that, and Biggie drops, "Who shot you?" I think most of us know that song wasn't actually about Pac. But if you had just got shot while coming to a studio where somebody who you thought you were really good friends with was recording, and so you're probably already confused, and if you know the details about it, you would understand the whole situation about, apparently Biggie warned him about the guys that he was hanging with, and and then Puffy being there. So, and it was a lot of things going on to where you could easily see how Tupac could just jump to that conclusion. So, on top of being confused right after the shooting, then you go to jail, and that person drops a song called "Who Shot You?" Now, at the very least, that's highly disrespectful. At the very least, that's highly disrespectful for someone who you would consider a friend. So it's like me, I'm thinking, even if I knew this song wasn't about me, I would think this guy's supposed to be my friend. And at the very least, he knows that the public is going to assume that this song could be about me or is about me. Why wouldn't he wait to drop this? That's what I would be thinking. Why wouldn't he wait to drop this song? He puts this song out while I'm in jail. So to me, at the very least, that's a sign of disrespect. And then you have to talk about the fact that Tupac talks about that he actually guided Biggie in how to sell records and how to switch up his style. You know, Tupac said on the interview that he told Biggie, hey, you got to rap for the ladies. Once you get the ladies, he was like, the fellas are going to like what the ladies like. Anyways, something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. But so he talks about how Biggie's style switched. So you get shot in the studio, going to see your friend who knows the guys that shot you, who knows about them. You go to jail. Your friend drops a song called Who Shot You? Again, whether it was about him or not, it's kind of irrelevant, right? Just on a friendship level. Like if me and you, whoever's listening to this, if me and you were friends, right? Think about this. If me and you were friends and something happened like that, let's say you got shot, coming to see me, and you knew that I knew the guys who did it, I had tried to warn you about them, and so number one, you're probably gonna assume that if I know them, I know more information, right? But then to top it off, you go to jail, and then I drop a song called Who Shot You? Like I said, at the very least, that's disrespectful, right? As a friend, I would be thinking like, hey, you know, my boy got shot coming to see me in the studio with some dudes that I knew. You know, I was trying to warn him about it. I'm sure he's confused. Now he's in jail. You know, I'm gonna wait on putting out this song. You know, matter of fact, maybe I might not even put out this song. On a friendship level. So again, the song comes out, and then, you know, like I said, and then Tupac is also offended by the fact that it's like, dude, I helped you. I helped your career. I told you how to switch up your style, which is when Biggie became Big Papa, right? Rapping for the ladies. Influenced by Tupac, because that's what Pac was telling him. So I think this whole beef was less about whether he thought Biggie had something to do with the shooting and more about him feeling betrayed by Biggie as a friend. That's what I think the core of this beef was. And once he felt betrayed, then, you know, kind of nothing else mattered after that. It's like, then, you know, it's basically like once I feel betrayed, I don't have any reason to not try to come at you every chance I get. Including, I don't have any reason to try to stop my mind from thinking these thoughts that maybe you had something to do with me getting set up. Right? I mean, come on, people. I feel like we've all been in a similar situation to where we've been betrayed. And to me, once you get betrayed like that, it's like the gloves are off. And even things that you think about that person that you know, that you may not be 100% sure of, it's like, well, now that we're not friends, I don't have any reason to not think that negative thing about you. So yeah, maybe you did or didn't have something to do with setting me up. But it doesn't matter now because I feel betrayed by you. So as far as I'm concerned, you are guilty of everything. And that's what I think was really behind the beef, is Pac's feeling betrayed. And again, if you go back and look at my video on was Tupac a fake thug? You know, I talk about the one thing is consistent in Tupac's life, from teenage years to adult, was he was a very loyal person, and he would stand up for those that he called friends, whether it meant life or death for him. That's who he was at the core. So, and there's also stories about if you betray Pac, it's gloves off, right? Because is equally as loyal as he would be if he felt betrayed. He was that equally venomous towards you now. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think was at the core of that beef? Do you really believe that Tupac was solely upset because he thought Biggie had something to do with setting him up at the studio? Or do you believe, like I believe? I think at the core of it was really Pac just felt betrayed by a friend. And again, I think it was a combination of a lot of things. I think it was him getting shot. I think it was Biggie dropping "Who Shot You." That was a terrible move. Like, Biggie should have moved heaven and earth to get, at the end of the day, I understand it was probably up to the record exec or Puffy or whoever it was to drop that. But if I was Biggie, I would have been doing everything I can to get them to stop that song from coming out. And at the very least, if I knew it was coming out, I would have contacted Pac and said, "Hey, Pac, I wrote this song. I'm trying to get them not to release it, but they're putting it out anyway. There's nothing I can do about it, but I just want you to know it's not about you. And if it was up to me, this song wouldn't be coming out." So that, and the fact that, like I said, Pac said that he helped Biggie switch his style up to be more marketable. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And you guys have a wonderful day. See you next time. All right.